Alright, this is about the new movie that just came out, Hustlers. This is my review, my opinions, and I was waiting for this because I was hoping it was going to be a really good true life story. Um, I was interviewed years ago for two different movies for the storylines, and one of them was really bad because they changed it all. And it was not cool. Uh, But so I always, wonder about the next one that comes out if they're going to tell it real or not. This one, Hustlers, is supposed to be about a real, true story. I've seen a lot of stuff in the entertainment industry and all kinds of clubs across the United States. Um, I've owned one, run several, and worked in several, and dressed entertainers for many, many years. But I will tell you what, this movie, I must say, the costumes were pretty good. One of them was definitely illegal costume. That wasn't even a real effect. There are limits in every city and every state on what types of costumes you can wear and the widths of the back and the G-strings and all that kind of stuff. Or actually the T-backs. Most of them require T-backs anymore. But it was nice. The girls looked real. And it was real true about getting the foreign girls in. That's a true effect. That happened years ago in Panama when a guy named Captain Bob used to bring a bunch of Russians in illegally, and he finally got busted years ago in Panama. And they took over the clubs. It was horrible because the only thing they could say was, "You got 20, you want dance?" And guys were just stolen by it because they couldn't carry conversation. I guess guys really like girls that can't talk, but anyway. And they were all like 7 foot tall Barbies with boob jobs. So that was pretty real. And then the downfall of the clubs, when the money just disappeared in everything, in real estate, in all business, that's a true effect. I believe this was set in New York, and those clubs make huge money normally, and they're pretty incredible. My favorite clubs are like Memphis, and I love OK City. Really well done. But in New Mexico, there's some beautiful clubs out there. And of course, the California clubs, there's not much that can beat that. But anyway, the dancing was real. Definitely real. That was done very well. Most of the costumes, 90% of the costumes were on point. The shoes were definitely on point. The entertainers and getting together in the dressing room and all the stuff was very real. The club was extraordinarily small that they filmed it in. I think it would have been better if it was filmed in a much bigger, higher class club, but the owners of that particular club were pretty shady. They were more like the owners back in the 70s and 80s. They were really shady. Many of them, unfortunately. And the types of girls, the variety of the girls, personalities of the girls were definitely on point. Very real. But the problem that I have is that what was done in this movie, they say it's a true story, was, just a cardinal sin. That is not the entertainment industry. It was really insulting, very inappropriate, and whatever showgirls did this, you are a shame to the entertainment industry. You are a cold-blooded shame, because that's not what the industry is designed for. It is designed for dream girls, no extra stuff. It's solely an entertainment industry. like an art form. Um, and it just really hurt me to even be able to believe that some girls could conjure up something like this. I've seen some pretty bad stuff in the entertainment industry, and the girls get caught, and clubs get shut down um, because they don't pay attention to what's going on, and usually aren't a part of it, like this movie. I've never really known clubs that were a part of theft like this. Um, and especially in the dances in the clubs. Usually they take the guy's credit card and a copy of his driver's license and a fingerprint if they're charging largely. And 90% of them are in agreement with what they do. And there's a small percentage that go, oh my God, I spent too much in the club, and they try to do a chargeback. But this protects the clubs against chargeback. Because there are some guys that just really go crazy when they get drunk. And then don't realize till the morning. It was really sad where one of the guys that was taken advantage of in the end, that he'd end up marrying a girl that had come back to him and had a glorious house, and he was in business, and they sucked his corporate card dry for like 50 grand or something, and the Oriental girl had called him, trying to hook up with her old money man, and he was being very kind on the phone, and then she hung up on him. That's typical because some girls think they have to be endlessly mean and cruel to so-called money man, so they will dish out more money. And that I've never been like that. Any money that I got was solely gifted to me. I felt good about the money that I left with. I felt good about spending it on my children and all that kind of stuff because I worked for it. But treating people badly, even if that's their turn on, I could never do that. And using people, I mean, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I was involved in that. And any club owner that gets involved in a scammy thing like they were doing in this movie, where they were bringing the customers back into the club to do their credit card scams, and the club made their cut, the girls that walk in whenever they feel like it. And two, when girls decide to do stuff on their own outside the clubs, that is really, really, really dangerous, okay? I could go on and on and on with many, many stories through the years of dead girls, cut up girls, all kinds of really bad stories of girls that did stupid things outside the clubs. Those clubs are there for entertainment purposes. They have video inside and out. They have full-on security, and a lot of the security guards are registered cops or are allowed to carry guns. The clubs are solely for entertainment purposes only. They are not sex dens. There's been a few in the past, but obviously those don't survive anymore. But and if you work in a high class club, the girls do the extra stuff, do that way outside the club. Everybody has their business. Adult man has a business. Ogre has her business. Whatever. It's all done outside the club. That's their business, what they do for a living. Thank God I never had to do that, but that's just some people's business. So, and what they do for a living and how they feed their kids and pay their rent is their business, not mine. But they kept it out of the clubs, in the high-class clubs. It was handled outside the clubs. The clubs were not involved in anything like that. But I'm going to tell you there's a huge point of risk. I tell girls all the time, do not do private shows. Do not do shows outside the club. I promise you, it does not always come out well. It's really, really horrible. And so I hope no one sees this movie and thinks that they can do this or do stuff outside the clubs. And please don't drag clubs down by doing something like they did in this movie, because that's what gets them shut down. Number one, prostitution, minors drinking, solicitation. If you want to keep these clubs open, keep it clean, keep it nice. It's an entertainment industry, and enjoy it while you can. And but this maybe really hurt my feelings to think that anybody could go that far to scam people for huge amounts of money. It's very sad, very insulting to the industry. The movie was very well done, and it kind of, I guess, really proved its point in the end of the movie. It's a great movie to watch, especially if you've ever been in the entertainment industry, or you are, or considering to be. It's quite interesting. But I hope this doesn't start a stream of people doing this kind of thing, because this will shut down clubs all across the United States forever if this becomes a fad. So I've never seen or heard anything like this. I've seen or heard some other things, but not like this. And they get stopped pretty rapidly, because most clubs won't tolerate it. They've got too much money tied up into a business like that to have anything crazy like that go on. Where, it's, an obvious attraction to the feds, the IRS, everything else. And the liquor boards. But that's just my opinion and my review. Like I said, that everybody that was involved in the movie, the actresses and the costuming, and the storyline, it was quite interesting. I would watch it again. It just hurts my feelings that anybody could ever do that in the business, to just really ruin it for others, and drag a bunch of girls unknowingly into things as extreme as that, and not understanding the seriousness of the legal effects. And when you start getting stuff on your record, people don't want to hire you if you have charges and stuff on your record. And a lot of girls don't think nothing of it today. They will beat some butt. They'll do whatever they got to a coworker or anything else, because they don't care. But they don't realize that, if you ever want to do anything in your life and be respected and, get hired at a good quality paying job, or, head of a corporate, that you don't need these legalities on your record. And they're very easily done if you don't do it right and do it clean. And do it strictly as an entertainer, a dream girl, okay? So, neat movie. It just hurts my feelings greatly that anybody ever did a scam like this. It really does. It was really well engineered, and a really stupid thing. Because over 1/3 of the clubs have closed in the years, and eventually the business is going to be walled out, because there's so many people suing. The girls are suing the clubs about minimum wage, this, that, and the other. It's horrible. It's just kind of a mess, and it's being removed, from the face of the earth if it all continues. So it would be nice if you keep it a nice, clean entertainment industry. There's some lovely clubs across the United States, really well done. And it would be a shame for those to get closed because of stupidity like this. And I don't know of any club that would get involved like this. Not club owners, not managers that would get involved in something like this. It's just not good. All right. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. That's my review. Sorry, but that's my honest opinion. But like I say, I would watch it again. It was a well done movie. It just, the storyline, they said it's true, hurts my feelings of what went on in this movie. It really hurts my feelings. It's an insult to the industry, and those girls, I hope they reap what they sow for life, because they got what they deserved. That's a horrible thing to do. You don't use people up like that. That's wrong. That is absolutely wrong. Anyway, talk to you later. Hope you have a great one.